Good evening. In continuation to our earlier topics on flip flops, today we are going to study our topic on master slave JK flip flop. This is the logic symbol of the master slave JK flip flop. In this, we are having there are two separate flip flops. One is the master, and there is a slave JK flip flop. And in these, one acts as the master, as you can see, and the other is acting as a slave. And also there is a clock which is connected. There is a normal clock being connected to the master section, and there is a NOT gate connected to the clock, which in turn is being connected to the slave section. So this is how the logic symbol of master slave JK flip flop is connected. Now, in our earlier lecture on the JK flip flop, we had come across the inputs where both J and K are 1 1, and the output gets toggled like that. So there we came across this condition that when both the inputs J and K are 1 and the clock is high for a long period of time, the output there keeps on toggling. That is, it switches to 0, and from 0 it switches to 1. Then again, as long as the clock is high, it switches to 0, then it switches to 1, again it switches to 0, then it switches to 1. So this way it keeps on toggling, and this is also as a result of the propagation delay, which is less than the pulse period. So this makes the output of the flip-flop unstable and uncertain, and this race around condition can be avoided by ensuring that the clock input is at a logic 1 only for a very short period of time. And hence this introduced the concept of master slave JK flip flop. This is the circuit diagram of the master slave flip flop, in which we are having the master section and the slave section, and you can see that it is similar to the same as in what we had seen in the logic symbol of master slave JK flip flop. Here also you can see that the clock is connected to the master section, and there is a negative clock which is going to the slave section. So the point worth noting here is that the master section becomes operational when the clock is 1, and the slave section becomes operational when there is negative clock or when the clock is 0. So now let us see the working of this master slave flip flop. If we have 0, J is equal to 0 and K is equal to 1, and from the circuit diagram it is quite obvious that the high Q bar output of the master section is going to the K input of the slave section, and here the clock forces the slave to reset. Thus the slave copies the master here. In the second case, when J is equal to 1 and we have K is equal to 0, here the high Q output now of the master goes to the J input of the slave, and the negative transition of the clock now sets the slave again copying the master. And in the third case, if we have both J is equal to 1 and K is equal to 1, in this it will toggle on the positive transition of the clock, and thus the slave toggles on the negative transition of the clock. And when we have J is equal to 0 and K is equal to 0, the flip flop is disabled, and the output Q remains output. In the timing diagram, when the clock pulse is high, the output of the master is high and will remain high till the clock is low, because as we know that the memory state is stored. Next, now the output of master becomes low when the clock pulse becomes high again and remains low until the clock becomes high again. Thus we can see that the toggling takes place for a clock cycle, and when the clock pulse is high, the master is operational but not the slave. Thus, the output of the slave remains low till the clock remains high. And when the clock is low, the slave becomes operational and remains high until the clock again becomes low. Toggling takes place during the whole process since the output is changing once in a cycle. This makes the master slave JK flip flop a synchronous device as it only passes data with the timing of the clock signal. Here we can see that we are having the clock and the master output of the master section and output of the slave section. If you look carefully at the output of master section and output of the slave section, initially both the outputs we have taken to be low. Now, as the clock, when the first clock arrives and it goes to from low to high, in that case the master section gets enabled. So it also goes from low to high and it remains high till the first falling edge of the clock arrives. Now, though the first falling edge has arrived and it makes the slave section to get triggered, but the output of the master will remain high as it stores the memory and the values remain as such. So that is why the output of the master remains as such till the whole clock pulse. Finally, when after the second clock pulse and the negative clock pulse, the rising edge comes, at that moment of time the output of the master becomes low and it gets continued till the whole clock pulse. So likewise you can see that toggling is taking place in each clock cycle. Similarly, in the case of output of the slave, we can see that in the similar manner toggling is taking place in each clock cycle. So this is all about the master slave flip flop is. Thank you.